This is CNN Breaking News.
This morning, the country mourns the death of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
美国大选倒数1个半月之际，自由派大法官金斯伯格因胰脏癌过世。他的死为川普焦灼的选情带来了一线生机。因为巧合的是，正好也是在4年前，川普还在角逐共和党提名时，也有一名大法官去世。该名大法官的死，间接成了将川普送进白宫的推手。
I've always heard, actually, that when you become president, the most important thing you can do is federal judges.
The court became an issue. It became a flashpoint. Republican candidates have run against the Supreme Court, saying we want to roll back the liberalism of prior years. And Donald Trump went along for that ride.
I have some very sad news. United States Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia has died.
Antonin Scalia served on the court since 1986, and it looks like President Barack Obama is going to appoint a new member of the court, which would tip the liberal balance for the first time in years to the liberal side.
Though leading in the polls, Trump was still considered a long shot. But he knew the world would be watching later that night.
Donald Trump of New York.
As the GOP presidential debate took center stage. So he called his friend and legal advisor, Don McGahn.
Don McGahn suggests some names that he could mention during the debate. Most of them are veteran U.S. Appeals Court judges who, again, would be chosen by any Republican president as potential candidates.
A moment of silence for Justice Antonin Scalia.
They knew if he could capitalize on this moment and suggest a couple of respectable conservative judges to fill Scalia's vacancy, it might seal the deal with conservatives.
We could have a Dianne Sykes, or you could have a Bill Pryor. We have some fantastic people.
So just to be clear on this, Mr. Trump, you're okay with the president nominating somebody?
I think he's going to do it, whether I'm okay with it or not. I think it's up to Mitch McConnell and everybody else to stop it. It's called delay, delay, delay.
That very first night, Mitch McConnell threw up a roadblock that stayed up and, frankly, even got taller.
This nomination should not be filled by this lame duck president.
Barack Obama had nearly 11 months left on his term.
Thanks, everybody.
We're going to hold this seat hostage, and Mitch McConnell pulled it off.
President Obama's nominee, U.S. Court of Appeals Chief Judge Merrick Garland, never got even a single hearing. Leonard Leo, co-chair of the Conservative Federalist Society, joined Trump's team.
One of the most important things we'll be doing, whoever the next president is naming judges.
He wanted, first, someone who was, in his words, not weak. What that did was it basically said to the American people, this is what I, Donald Trump, stand for in terms of judicial selection.
Many felt that judicial selection campaign helped pave Trump's path to the White House.
Today I'm nominating Judge Neil Gorsuch.
The momentum did not stop there. When moderate Republican and longtime jurist Anthony Kennedy retired in 2018, Trump nominated young conservative U.S. Appellate Court Judge Brett Kavanaugh to try to swing the court even further to the right. But he was not expecting this.
But then, a woman by the name of Christine Blasey Ford came forward.
I told Leader McConnell and others that I wouldn't vote to advance his nomination unless we heard from Dr. Ford.
I believed he was going to rape me. I tried to yell for help.
I'm here today to tell the truth. I've never sexually assaulted anyone.
Down the street at the White House, Trump fired off a shot of his own.
This is a big con job. And Schumer and his buddies are all in there laughing how they fooled you all.
Following a week-long investigation that critics of Kavanaugh thought was too brief, Kavanaugh was confirmed to the U.S. Supreme Court by a 2-vote margin.
The nomination of Brett M. Kavanaugh is confirmed.
Another victory for Trump.
False charges, false accusations, and he toughed it out.
While the Supreme Court confirmations grabbed the headline, something else was happening that largely went unnoticed by the public.
district courts and the circuit courts. It's one of those quiet things that folks across America don't perhaps grasp the gravity of. These courts all interpret the laws of our country every day in so many different ways.
They identified 40-something, conservative judges, and they jammed them through the Senate with incredible speed.
Speed and strategy. Because McConnell blocked so many Obama nominees, Trump inherited 103 vacancies. Astoundingly, the president has appointed almost 1/3 of all current appellate court judges.
Much of the law in America is set by the federal courts of appeals.
That is probably one of the very few things that helps Republicans justify why they support him, is that he got the judges they wanted confirmed and put in place.
That means controversial issues such as abortion, gun control, healthcare, immigration, and racial and same-sex discrimination. Cases that could very likely be ruled on by Trump appointees. Largely young, white, male, conservative judges, serving lifetime appointments. Trump is banking on voters agreeing with that philosophy when they cast their ballots in November.
I don't think there's any question that his greatest success is going to be what he's done on the judiciary. When you've appointed over 200 judges at the federal level, that has a lasting legacy that probably can extend well beyond a generation.
They're likely to affect the law in America for our children and our grandchildren long after Donald Trump is gone from this earth.